and mute myself and make lunch, and then I'll.
I think let's go ahead and get started. I think Ginger's recording now, so we'll post this later for anyone who couldn't join us. But I'll share. I'm Beth Welday. I'm the executive director in the Southeast Michigan area. So I know some of your faces, and I know some of you are from the other side of the state with us. So I love the fact that we're all coming together for one call in the state of Michigan here. And so if you see, these little bears on the bottom, I'm going to encourage you to keep count. So we like to have fun, right? And we like a little challenge. So some of you may have heard of the fundraiser or the fun thing people are doing in their neighborhoods about a bear hunt. We'll talk more about that a little bit later in the call, but we're doing our own version of a bear hunt here. So count the little bears that you see on this screen and throughout the presentation, and we'll have a winner for whoever gets the right amount as we move forward. So you want to go ahead and click to the next slide, Steph? Yeah, and then this is our team. So a lot of these folks are on the call with us right now. And so any of you as the staff, feel free to jump in if along the way you've got a great idea or want to highlight something. But this is your team working hard for moms and babies. And I'm just loving that sometimes in a challenge we can get creative. And we've done that. This team's come together as one throughout the state to really try to work with all of our volunteers across the state. So thanks to this team here. And as we've said before, it's a unique time. We're in a weird time, and every one of us is experiencing different things. And I don't know about you guys, but I think there's been lots of things in our life that have been put on pause. Whether, I pulled this up, someone's wedding. We all probably know somebody who's going through one of those big life events, but they have to put it on pause. My own daughter's graduating this year, and we're trying to figure out, what does that mean, right? So COVID has changed some things in our lives and put some of those major things on pause. But there's one thing that we can't pause, and that's your due date. So for any mom who is expecting a baby, you can go ahead and advance stuff. That you cannot pause pregnancy, right? I have a friend we were just talking to on a Zoom call yesterday, and she's 31 weeks pregnant. And, talking about all the different things she has to go through right now that are just a little unique because of COVID. And so, we can pause our graduation party, but you can't have that little one stay inside until this is all figured out, right? So our work can't pause either. So we thank each and every one of you for being on the call with us today, and even more so for the love and support that you have for the March of Dimes. We could not do the good work that we do without you guys. It is Volunteer Appreciation Week too. So big, special, extra thank you to all of you guys. But I think it right along with us is that now is the time to ramp up even more, to step up even more for moms and babies, because we're all a little scared. Imagine expecting a mom or having a baby in the NICU right now. It's a scary time, and they need us now more than ever. If you want to go ahead and advance stuff. So March of Dimes is doing it. I am incredibly proud to work here right now at a time where we could maybe be paralyzed in all that's going on and everything that's changing day by day. We're not. We're stepping up and really making sure that we're listening to the needs of our moms and really meeting those needs, and our healthcare professionals, really. And so this team on the line, you saw that team of 9 have worked tirelessly since the beginning of this to help feed our healthcare workers, to help provide personal protection equipment, to do whatever is needed. And so I think those are the warm and fuzzy things that that you wouldn't necessarily think that doesn't fall in the line of our everyday duties, but this team has stepped up. But beyond that, nationwide, our organization has really shifted our priorities, and we're focusing on the things that moms need right now today. And so that might be listening in on one of our Facebook Lives. So nationwide, we've been having them once a week, different topics. So I encourage you to follow the March of Dimes Michigan Facebook page. Then you can kind of stay in the loop when all of those are happening. We've also done something amazing. Imagine women expecting babies and knowing that, they have this perfect birth plan set out. And then the world changes, and that birth plan has to shift and change as well. And so we've heard from a lot of people that they feel that loss of control. And so the March of Dimes has really thoughtfully put together a birth plan so that they can feel some sense of control again, and really try to identify what their needs might be and how that might change due to COVID, and give them that sense of security and comfort again. So again, these are just a few of the things that the March Dimes is doing. We're doing amazing things. Follow us on Facebook. We try to share all these great things. I could take the whole call talking about them, but that's not the purpose of this call. So we'll move on to some of our fun fundraising ideas and some sharing as well. But first, we want to share with everyone who a little fun story about how people are making the best of this time and helping to fundraise for the March Dimes. So Stephanie's going to show us just a quick video.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I apologize for the way I have to do this, but here we go.
Oh, awesome. I see Elise Hill says she's a friend due right now. Just collecting the information for her. So thanks, Elise.
Welcome back. A whole lot of people are thinking outside the box when it comes to raising money for all of our fabulous charities that help our Arizona families across our state. Anita is live this morning with a unique idea that they're using with the March of Dimes. Good morning, Anita.
Hi, so if you're not familiar with the March of Dimes, the nonprofit really works to keep the health of babies and moms up, especially preemie babies who are struggling in the hospital. Mitzi Warner, our good friend here, knows the organization. You love the organization because really they helped you so much with little Dylan right there.
Yeah, Dylan was born almost 4 years ago at 1 pound 8 ounces, spent 4 months in the NICU, barely survived. And so my husband and I made a pact at that moment that we were going to become heavily involved with March of Dimes, regardless of how things played out. So here we are, almost 4 years later. I'm co-chairing March for Babies,
which was supposed to take place when?
Next Saturday.
Yeah, not going to happen because of everything with the COVID-19.
I cried my eyes out. I spent 10 months, like pouring my heart and soul into it. So we're pivoting, and the event's gone virtual. So I decided to come up with a little virtual campaign called Charmin for Charity.
You are rolling with the punches is what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what? Let's roll with it.
Yes.
Do I get a job as a marketing director now for Charmin? I hope you listening. Anyway, so I was lucky enough to actually score a 30-pack from Costco.com. So decided, you know what? I've got to lead by example by being a co-chair. I got to move the needle. And so if you go to my website, it's teamtinytot.com, click on the donate page, and if you contribute $20, a minimum of $20, I'm going to deliver Charmin,
the good stuff,
to your doorstep, right? And then next Friday, we're going to do a drawing for a Quarantine Clean COVID-19 care pack.
So you will win the wipes,
yes,
this pack of toilet paper, and then that pack of toilet paper.
Yeah, paper towels.
Paper towels. Oh, my goodness. And I just want everyone to see, this is Dylan when he was born, 1 pound 4 ounces. Is that you, buddy? Look at you today. My goodness gracious, aren't you the cutest thing? The fundraisers are so important to nonprofits like this. You really wouldn't be where you are today if the community wasn't able to help. So they've already stepped up. You mentioned that you've already been able to raise quite a bit of money.
I have moved the needle, actually. Within 24 hours, I was able to get about $600 to my page. So right now I'm close to $1,500. I'm just trying to pull out all the stops and do whatever it takes to help March of Dimes and their new Step Up for Babies campaign, virtual campaign, and to basically just finish what I started and to lead by example.
Mitzi, how do people find you? How do they donate and get a roll of toilet paper?
Yeah, so on Instagram, click the link on bio, and that's at Team Tiny Tot. Or just visit my website, teamtinytot.com. You can click on the donate page, and that will go straight to my March of Dimes page. We can message, I'll deliver. But you know what? A lot of people that have just contributed, they don't even want the toilet paper.
They're just
they don't
back.
even want it. And in fact, this morning I had somebody just drop off, it's not Charmin, but they dropped off a whole bunch of toilet paper. So who knows where that could lead.
Yeah.
I want to give it to people that need it. So.
That's amazing. Thank you for what you're doing. Bye, Dylan. See you later, buddy. Oh, he's so cute, you guys. Isn't this fantastic? Talk about getting creative, rolling with the punches, like Mitzi said, excuse me. It's just great to see that people are doing what they can. So stepping up.
Oh, absolutely. And supporting her growing family, too. Give Mitzi my best. We work together in my second TV market, and she's fabulous.
Yeah, as she said, we're doing whatever we can, right? Stepping up right now and trying to be creative. So I think Stephanie's going to do a quick poll, and then we're going to throw it over to Melissa, I believe, to carry out some other fun ideas.
All righty. We have the poll up. There we go. So our first poll. What makes you, it's supposed to be you, most proud to be a March of Dimes supporter? So if we can get some votes here. All right.
Another minute or two. We have about 4 people yet to answer.
Lots to be proud of.
Lots to be proud of.
Hey, you want to share?
Yeah.
What are the results?
All right.
Oh, awesome.
Education supportive program. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to close that poll, and we are going to throw it over to Melissa.
The poll's still up. Is it up on my screen or everybody's?
Ginger.
Oh, never mind. I just
Got it?
I X'd out of it off my screen.
Okay.
Sorry. So I am going to give you a couple of fun fundraising ideas. And I think that, you know, we all have a number that is meaningful to us, whether it's how many days your child was in the NICU, how many weeks pregnant you were when you delivered, your wedding anniversary date, or even your child or grandchild's age or birthday. So my fundraising, this is my son Levi, and my fundraising had pretty much come to a stalemate. And I decided that I would find something that was meaningful, and I would share it on my Facebook and see where I would go with donations. So I was looking at some numbers. I had one number was 153, which was the number of days my son had spent in the NICU. 32 was the number of days until I could hold him. 24 was the number of weeks gestation he was when he was born. And 10. He is 10 years old. I had 10 years of missing his brother and sister, Sophia and Grady. 10 years of walking and fundraising and March for Babies. And when I posted this on Facebook, I literally in 3 days raised $625. So sharing your story and finding something meaningful to you will then become something meaningful to your donors. So just remember that when you're trying to find that something special going forward when making your ask. Your donors like to participate in something meaningful. Next slide, please. And earlier Beth had talked about the bear hunt. So we thought we would come up with a fun idea of doing a bear hunt in your neighborhood. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen that on social media. And we all love the book, The Bear Hunt. It's fun to do with our kids. So this is something fun that you can do as a family and get yourself outside. Your children can call grandma and grandpa, aunts, uncles, and friends and let them know they're going to go on a bear hunt in the neighborhood. In our neighborhood, we have like a group email. And so you could go ahead and send a quick note along with a picture of a bear to all the people in your neighborhood to let them know that you guys are going on a bear hunt. And if they could post the picture in their window or door. And then you can call grandma and grandpa and ask them to donate $1 for every bear you find in your neighborhood. Make sure though, before you go out on your walk, whether you read the book or listen to it on YouTube, and then as you're out walking, it's always fun to act it out. You know, as you're stepping through the tall grass and, you know, be as creative and as fun as you can. And then once you've finished your bear hunt, Make sure to call grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, and friends back and let them know how many bears you have found. And let them know how much you owe, whether they pledged you $1 a bear or $2 a bear, however you choose to do that. Some other ideas, if you don't have like the neighborhood email address through your neighborhood, you can always go around and deliver a little note with the bear in your neighbor's mailboxes, or pick up the phone and make a phone call and call your neighbors and let them know what you're planning and something fun for your family to participate in. And then, thank you. You were right on that, Steph. And then the other idea we have is chalk your walk. So I'm sure some of you have seen lots of this on social media as well. This is an easy and fun, creative way to ask for donations or even just to say thank you. This is something, again, that your children can do, or a fun little project you can do as a family. You can also split your driveway into squares. And again, you can call grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, and let them know, or ask them to sponsor a square on your driveway and go out and decorate it. And make sure to post that picture on social media and share your finished masterpiece. There's also a group on Facebook that you can follow called Chalk Your Walk, and you can get lots of really cool ideas from there. But whatever you choose, remember to be creative and have fun.
Okay, guys, so this year, even though our March for Babies is going virtual, we still have a way that you can walk. So there's still going to be a physical aspect to our walk, and that is with the Charity Miles app. We're using this in conjunction with March for Babies. So it's just a great way to be able to collect pledges, to get out there and get some exercise, and continue raising money, since you can incorporate that physical aspect of your walk. Today we have with us Brittany Houseman. I think she's still on. Yes, Brittany Houseman. She's a team captain for Teamy Preemie for Mason in Southwest Michigan, and she is consistently one of the largest fundraising teams in the Kalamazoo area. And so here's her ideas for incorporating her son into her fundraising. Take it away, Britt.
Hi, everyone. I kind of have been trying to brainstorm myself how I could make all of our fundraising successful this year. We typically hold a golf outing in May, and that has been rescheduled, and so I had to really get creative. I also wanted to make sure that I was doing my preschool homeschooling duties, and so I wanted to engage Mason in the fundraising efforts and create a learning opportunity for him. Each year as he's getting older, my goal is that he becomes more aware of what we do with March for Babies and all of our March of Dimes efforts. So I created this, he calls it a sunshine thermometer. And we just measured how much money we were raising during the pledge period that we did for Mason. We have private walking trails in our neighborhood that are roughly about a mile all the way around. And then we have some zigzagging trails for different distances. And I asked Mason how many times he thought he could make it around. And so he set a goal of how many laps he could make. And then I just posted on social media with a picture of him and this graphic that you see. And we just were we went well over this. We raised, I think, almost $400. And I want to say within the first, 12 or 24 hours, we raised about $300. So I was, obviously he set a goal of $200. I was kind of expecting it to be a smaller fundraiser that we did, but it grew pretty quickly. And I think one of the most important takeaways for me was that our supporters really like to see Mason engaged and involved. Putting his face out there on social media is helpful, and people realizing exactly why we do what we do. So
yeah, I think that's great. And I think that's a great option for people who have kids or grandkids, especially mission kids. I think that's just a great way to keep the kids. Thank you, Brittany.
You're welcome.
All right, so here's some more ideas. There's a lot of options for online fundraising, in addition to marchforbabies.org and sharing it on Facebook. Since we have to be socially distanced and everyone's doing Zoom, why not do like a virtual game night? So since we cannot gather together, utilize Zoom, or there's apps. One app that my friends and I use is called House Party. And I don't know if it's supposed to be a gaming app or not, but that's what we use it for. So they're great ways just to get together and have a game night. You can also, one idea is to have a trivia night. So ask your friends to join your trivia night fundraiser and with a $10 donation. And with that donation, once they make their donation to your marchforbabies.org webpage, then they'll get the Zoom code. So they have to like pay to play. And that could be a lot of fun. So, or the same thing with House Party or whatever your online party is. Once they donate, they get the code. And have fun with it. Choose a theme and dress up. Do silly prizes or bragging rights. Do a roll of toilet paper trophy. Whoever wins gets this roll of toilet paper, or you know, whatever. And make it weekly if you want to. If you normally go out on Tuesday nights for trivia night at the local bar or wherever, do it at home now and just make it a fundraiser. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But then knowing that it's helping moms and babies will, I think, encourage people to join you. So go ahead and go to the next slide. And there's other apps out there, I'm sure. Those are just the ones that I personally use. So maybe I should go Google and see what other ones are out there. And then you can do Zoom events too. So, or Skype, FaceTime, whatever you guys would prefer. But now, since you have book club you're missing or happy hour you're missing, host them virtually and turn them into a fundraiser for March for Babies. Invite your friends to donate to your marchforbabies.org page again. And then once they make their donation, again, they get that Zoom code, and then you guys can have just a ton of fun talking about your books, pouring a drink, having your happy hour, doing all the things that you normally do. But again, doing it knowing that you're helping moms and babies out there, especially right now. And again, I always encourage having fun, having a theme, dressing up, and just making it, you know, making the best of the situation that we're all in, obviously. All right, go ahead to the next one. And then, so the last idea that I had was the scavenger hunt. So a few years ago, we did, one of our teams did a large scavenger hunt, and it was so much fun. It was something that they did in groups, and they went around town and they gathered their things, they all came back, and we had this big party. But even though we can't do that right now, there's no reason why we can't still do a scavenger hunt. So get your friends together, do it through the neighborhood, do it through your friend groups, your church groups, your whoever you normally would get together and do stuff with, or you invite to your fundraisers. Get them together, have them make a donation to your March for Babies team. Set a, yes, Ginger, find items in your house. Set a registration fee, so to speak. So in order to participate in our scavenger hunt, you know, do a $10 donation or a $20 donation, and that registers you to participate. After you do that, then we'll give you your list of scavenger hunt items to go find. And make them items in the house, around the neighborhood, in your backyard, you know, whatever. If you need to go on a walk, take a picture of a stop sign. That could be on your list. Or, you know, have fun with it, and make it like a family affair. And then everyone has to email their pictures, post their pictures on Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the thing is that you're using. Why not make it fun? And this gets you, again, out of the house. It gets your steps going on your charity miles. And it just makes it fun for everybody, I think. So, but make sure they get that donation in, and that can be their quote unquote registration fee, but make it so that they get something, they have to donate in order to get it. So you donate to get your Zoom code, you donate to get your scavenger hunt list, or whatever it may be. So.
Thank you, Julie. All
right.
right.
No problem.
So where do we go from here? We've got our donations, we've done our fundraisers. So what do we do from there? And I work directly with an individual right now who year after year is a consistent $10,000 plus donor. He raises this. So I had a conversation with him. I said, John, how are you doing this? And first of all, you need to know John uses no social media whatsoever. So he has really taken this completely old school. He has a list in his email, his contacts that he emails every year. Every single year he emails the same people. And he goes direct to it. He says, this is what we're doing. You've supported me in the past. Will you support me again? He sends that email out. 2 weeks later, he sends another email out, and his email made me laugh because he said, thank you so much to the 7 people who donated to me, and to the other 76% of you who read my email but didn't donate to me. It would be great if you did. That email, that second email that he sent out 2 weeks after the first one, raised over $4,000 by just saying, hey, you donated last week or last year, do it again. That's how he's doing this. His big thing, though, that he says is his fundraising doesn't end when the campaign ends. He makes sure that he stays in touch with his donors throughout the year. He doesn't want them to think, that he just wants their money during his campaign. So he said that he makes it a point for all the people who donate to him year after year to touch base with them throughout the year. Call them around Thanksgiving, call them around, in the summer. Do you have any fun summer plans? But it's those personal touches, he says, that bring the people back year after year. Obviously, as soon as you get a donation, you write a thank you note. He loves to pick up the phone. He loves to talk on the phone. And so when somebody donates to him, he picks up the phone and he has a conversation. We have time to do that right now. I think everybody, I hated talking on the phone before this all happened, and now I love it. What could be a text or an email, I call them. People probably don't appreciate that, but I do. So, but we can be creative, especially if you have kids at home right now. The bottom right-hand corner picture, that is one of our ambassador families. What you see above him that's how they said thank you at one of our chef's events. He drew this picture. That's him and his twin sister. And he drew this picture, and then they had it put on cookies. They found a bakery that was able to do that, and he passed it out at our chef's event. So, we have time to be creative right now. Like I said, especially if you have little ones. Nobody wants a handwritten card from me, but I don't have any little ones, so they might get some paw prints from my dogs. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something to make it a little special this year. So we're going to go into our second poll here. Ginger will launch that. So our plan is that we're going to have these meetings bi-weekly. Going forward, what is it that you would like to see out of these meetings? We're here for you, so we want to know what it is you want to know about.
Got about half the votes in. We're still waiting for the rest of the folks to pick a choice.
For those of you who don't see the chat, Elise says she got her idea today. She's going to offer a substitute teacher, aka parents, gift bags to anyone who donates over $25. That includes chocolate, Tylenol, and wine.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, she also
she's not reading the chat.
We need her to teach my kids. That's really what we all want.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a tutoring fundraiser.
Yeah, tutoring, that would be good.
Right. Okay. So
I'm a social worker, not a teacher, but I have connections.
So it's pretty even. Do you want to share the results, Ginger? Oh, you are.
Yep. Fundraising ideas. It's kind of just all of your suggestions were great, apparently. So inspiring stories from other mission families, open door calls, and then in the last place is response to COVID-19.
Okay. So just so you know, we have some upcoming meetings planned. We're going to take your suggestions, the poll that we just did, create some more. But Ginger, you want to touch real quick on what May 6th meeting will be about? We're running over, so I want to be conscious of time.
Yep. So just quickly, May 6th, same time of day, 12:15. We thought you get the kids lunch and then we do this, and hopefully it takes us about a half an hour. So our next topic is connecting authentically in a virtualized world. So like how we can use the tools and the friends, digital resources to reach out and connect with people during this virtualized time that we're living in.
Okay, perfect. So before we end, we had a game going on. Who thinks that they can tell me how many bears were on the bear hunt? And there is a prize for this. So I can't see the chat. So if somebody can watch that for me.
Oh, we have some guesses, Stephanie. 5, 13, 30, 17, 15, 15, 14. Do we have all of our guesses in? Julie said 76. Marissa says 12. Jamie
Was it
said,
right?
no, Julie, that's not it.
So who, we have all of our guesses in. Who guessed 17?
Me too.
Oh, we have a 22 now.
We got
Okay.
17 from Anna.
Anna said 17.
Uh-huh.
Guesses? All right, it was 19. So Anna, you win with 17 because that is the closest. There were actually 19 bears.
Without going over, yes.
I counted it a lot.
Way to go, guys. So that hopefully that kept it a little fun.
We'll
What do
stick
they
out-
win?
Oh, they went. So because it was a bear hunt and you were outside, as soon as we can get back to our office, you will. Oh, it's Anna. Anna doesn't win anything. Who was closest that wasn't Anna? I thought I was somebody else.
Probably, let me see.
Who was closest to
22?
19? 22?
22 the next one? I'm trying to.
22.
Amy Clark?
Right?
14 by Brittany.
There's
Yeah.
2 15s.
I was 22.
22. All right. So is it Amy Clark that won?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie Clark. Sorry, I don't have my.
Yay, Jamie!
Okay, Jamie, you win 2 camping chairs, March of Dimes camping chairs. As soon as we're
Grand Rapids.
we will send those to you as soon as we can get them. So thank you so much. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes if anybody wants to take themselves off mute and talk to us. We'll be here for a few more minutes. But otherwise, thank you so much, and we will see you on May 6th.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thank you, everybody.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Okay, the lead person for our team is ill, and I don't have an update on what's happening now. So is it going to be like a virtual march that's going to happen on the 26th, or there's nothing that's going to happen on the 26th? And I just need to know how to update everybody because I'm taking notes from the meeting today.
Hey, Lisa, it's Annette. I'm sorry to hear that. So shortest answer, yes, it's virtual. We obviously still have a lot of work to do for moms and babies. And so we know that everyone's in a little bit of a different scenario, but there's a lot of ways that you have to engage. So these were some of the ideas that we went through today. The March for Babies page, what I can do is if you want to have online access, is it Jackie who, so I can switch that around so that if you want to access the team, you can update it. I'd say the first step is to send the link out to your team and just ask them, we know everyone's in a different situation, but here are a few things you can do. I think the app, the Charity Miles, is a great way to engage kind of on a smaller scale. So, you can ask people to donate 50 cents. I'm trying to get my family to do a whole dollar per mile. And then, if I walk 20 miles or 50 miles, then that's $20 or $50. So it's really kind of, as much as you all are able to help, as I mentioned, moms and babies need it now more than ever, but we're encouraging people to kind of take all their efforts virtually.
Okay, so what happens with the addition? I see we got additional days that's after the 26th. So are we to say that this is ongoing?
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot to mention that. We're having like a nationwide virtual celebration on May 15th. But we know life is crazy. So the March for Babies efforts, if it works better for you, later in May or beginning of June, your March for Babies page will remain open until August 15th. And you can still get all of the credit for all those dollars that you raise until August 15th. So it's extended a little bit. We think that May 15th is going to be really fun. We're hoping to have some celebrities and have, different groups engaged from a national level. But if something else works for you, if you always have something in June and you want to think about taking it virtual, I think this year is exciting because it offers a little bit more options for, kind of customizing. How are you guys able to help? And is there a way that you can think about it kind of creatively this year? And if you can't already tell, I love to talk about this. So Lisa, I can give you a call after and we can connect about your team specifically, which is already off to a great start. So nice job.
Any other questions? Thanks for that, Lisa.
Marissa, did you get any ideas? You said you were going to get some ideas.
Yes. So I have personal ideas, and then I gotta take some of this back to my chapter and see if, as a chapter, because we normally do a bowling fundraiser, and I saw Julie mention that down there, and we've kind of been stalemated because obviously we can't do that. So I'm going to take some of these ideas back to my chapter and see like what, as a team, do we want to do in place of that bowling fundraiser. And the options that I kind of wrote down were, do we want to individually do like the same thing? Or as a chapter, do we want to say, okay, we're all gonna do the bear hunt around the neighborhood, and we'll localize ourselves as a chapter to, I don't know, somehow have concentrated efforts toward that. I don't know, but we have to talk about that. But I know for our family personally, this year is different and special, and I feel like every other year after now will be. So I like to do my own personal fundraising.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and don't forget, anything that you do, Marissa, will roll up into your team. So even your personal fundraising and all of their personal fundraising is still going to roll up into the chapter. So hopefully we can get you guys up to that level where you get that national recognition.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the goal. I mean, it's nice that we have a little bit more time. We all were kind of like thrown off by all of this. So it's nice to hear that we have through August 15th, but whatever we can do in the next few weeks, I feel like I don't know. I'd like to do it in the next few weeks.
Yep. Great.
I will say we're also planning a Greek phone call of the Greek organizations.
Okay.
And I know Marissa, Lisa, it looks like Zetas are in the house. So if that works for anybody.
Yeah. Is that already planned, or?
So that's something that Annette and I are still working out the details for. So we haven't gotten a date for it yet. Marissa, I'd like to have you help us with that call if possible. So we're still right now working on the details of that.
Okay, cool. Let me know.
And then Lisa, Teddy, I see you're Teddy, you're on the phone too. Right now in the stage of really thinking about what would be the most helpful there. So if you have thoughts on, we'd like to see information on this or help with this particular area, I'll follow up about that too.
Any other questions?
Elise, do you have any other ideas? I'm just going back and looking at all the chats now, and I'm laughing really hard at your...
My husband sells beer and wine, so that's where my mind always is.
I like how you included the Tylenol. That was very important.
I've already ordered the Tylenol off Amazon just now, so.
Okay, I hope.
That's awesome.
No, I was trying to think of what people need, and obviously you can't get a lot of hand sanitizer right now, or toilet paper for that matter. I love the toilet paper idea. That's why I thought of something that I could take to people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully that video inspired you guys. I just think that Charmin for Charity, is that what she called it? Charmin for Charity?
Yeah,
the toilet paper thing. I just thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Our chapter did a stay-at-home tea fundraiser for March for Babies, and we're going to be meeting again so that we can do it for Mother's Day. Now that I know that we have extended the fundraising days.
Oh, Lisa, I heard one yesterday, and Julie and I talked about it last night, but making a donation in honor of your mother for Mother's Day.
That's a good
So
idea.
post a picture of your mom or your grandma, that legacy line, since we are all about moms and babies, and then asking maybe other family members or anyone to make a donation to your team in honor of their mother for Mother's Day. I thought that was kind of clever.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I cannot talk up the Facebook fundraiser enough. The West Michigan did a Facebook Live yesterday and had us all simultaneously texting and emailing our donors. And so I did nothing but post a status with my Facebook fundraiser. And I started the night at $601 and I'm at $1,551 right now. Strictly from the Facebook fundraiser makes it so easy because you just click. I mean, it's my parents who can't figure anything out online, they figured out how to do a Facebook fundraiser. So I cannot talk that up enough. It's easy for people. So.
Yeah, and I think that really to get started with your fundraising, your first stop is marchforbabies.org.
Okay.
Start your fundraising page. You have your home page, your fundraising page on marchforbabies.org. There's a little button that allows you to create that Facebook fundraiser right from there, and then you can see your progress in both places. And that, to me, that is your first step in doing any fundraising. If you have Facebook, you go to marchforbabies.org and you definitely you update your page and then you share it onto your Facebook, and that is the easiest way to fundraise.
Julie, can you remind me, if I were to start my individual one now prior to the chapter, can I link to the chapter team? I know I should know the answer to that, but I can't remember.
You mean on Facebook?
No, on marchforbabies.org. So if I create my own personal team on marchforbaby.org, can I link my fundraising to the chapters once the chapters gets it?
Yes,
okay.
And I can do that for you if you need me to.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for spending your lunch hour with us. As always, we're always here. So if you have any questions, reach out to us.
Yep, and you're welcome to message the page on Facebook. We do check it regularly. If you need specific information, reach out to your coordinator and we will be able to help you out. So thanks.
Bye, thank you.
Be safe, guys.
Everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.